Coleus. This is what Coleus seeds look like. I sow Coleus seeds directly into my planter pot. After that, I give a very light sprinkle of water. Coleus seeds need light to germinate. So don't bury them. Seeds start to germinate. This is what Coleus cotyledon look like. From my experience, Coleus usually germinate between day 5 through 10 day. Coleus success germination rate depend on seed's quality and seed age. Please keep soil moist until seeds germinated. Do not let soil become soggy, because this will weaken the seeds and the seed will infected with damping off disease. There is no cure for seeds or seedling that already have damping off disease. Damping off disease is infected seed and seedling. Older plants are rarely killed by damping off disease. Damping off disease is most prevalent in wet and cool conditions. To prevent damping off disease, please use good organic potting soil, or sterilize your own potting soil. Also, please avoid overwatering tender seed or seedlings. When you propagate Coleus by seeds, it is common to have some seeds fail to germinate. For me, on average, Coleus seed viability are about 1 year. For me, optimal temperature for Coleus germination is 70 degrees Fahrenheit. True leaf emerging. If you live in colder climate or weather, you could start indoors and transplant later after all danger of frost is gone. Soil I use to grow Coleus contain cocoa peat, red burn soil, micro, fine sand, old humus and charcoal. You can use whatever growing media available to your convenience. As long as you use fertile, well-drained soil, you will be fine. Soil pH for growing Coleus is 6.5 to 7 pH. Container size I use to plant Coleus. Height 29 cm and width 29 cm. You also can grow Coleus in bigger container than mine. The bigger the container, the bigger root system will develop, and will resulting bigger plant. Just make sure your container have good drainage. Since waterlogged container will promote root rot. For me, the advantage for growing in container is gives me more control over sunlight, moisture and temperature. On average, my water usage is about 400 milliliters. In my climate, I water my Coleus every day. Time I water my Coleus is between 7 to 8 a.m. If raining, I don't water my plant. Water usage depend on container size, container type, weather, and climate you live in. Keep the soil moist but not saturated. Your water usage may be different than me. I grow my Coleus outdoor. I place my Coleus in partial shade location. Coleus also can be grown as a houseplant. My minimum temperature when growing Coleus is 22 degrees Celsius. My maximum temperature when growing Coleus is 32 degrees Celsius. I grow my Coleus in tropical climate. I start using fertilizers after 30 days of growth. I use multi-purpose liquid fertilizer. You can use any fertilizer that available to your convenience. Please read and follow instructions carefully before using any fertilizer. I fertilize my Coleus plant every 15 days. My fertilizer time is in the early morning. Coleus are moderate feeder. Coleus lifespan, in my climate, are semi-annual and annual-like. When growing Coleus, regular pruning is advised to prevent plant becomes leggy. Also by taking cuttings from the plant regularly will prevent Coleus from flowering as it behaves like an annual. Dies after flowering and setting seed. Pruned branches can be used as cuttings. Coleus can be propagated by seed or stem cutting. Coleus is relatively pest and disease resistant, though you'll want to look out for spider mites, aphids, and whiteflies. I do not encounter any plant disease when growing my Coleus, but I do encounter fall webworm larvae eating my Coleus leaf. I do not use any herbicides or pesticides when growing my Coleus. Some species of Coleus plants contain mildly toxic elements. The toxins do not pose a major health risk to human. Coleus is poisonous to cats, horse, and dogs. The oils and sap contained in all parts of Coleus plants may contain trace amounts of toxins, depending on the species. Typical symptoms include anorexia, bloody diarrhea, body tremor, depression, skin redness, and vomiting. If you suspect your pet may have ingested a potentially toxic substance, contact your local animal poison control or veterinarian as soon as possible. Not all species of Coleus plants contain harmful toxins. Make sure your Coleus species not poisonous to your pet before growing them. Thank you for watching.